Hey everybody, my name is Trip. Today I'm going to teach you how to make the Mandalorian long blaster out of balloons. So let's get started. First, we're going to start with the center receiver section that everything mounts to. For the center part, we're going to need a single silver or gray 260 inflated, excuse me, about that far, maybe 6-8 fingers of tail. To twist this, we're going to start with 2 pinch twists, a 3-finger bubble, a single pinch twist, the 2-finger bubble, another single pinch twist, small like 1-finger bubble, a single pinch twist, 2-finger, single pinch twist. Then we're going to do 2 bigger bubbles to tie that in. We're going to go down and around and back, and then lastly the other 3-finger bubble, another pair of pinch twists, and the single bubble to tie it together. Start with a squishy, I like to think of it as a bouncy ball, super ball size bubble. Make 2 pinch twists that size. And again, do a 3-finger bubble, a single pinch twist, nice soft bouncy ball size. And do 2-finger bubble, 2.5-finger bubble. And do another super ball size bubble for a pinch twist. So you got 2 pinch twists, 3-finger bubble, pinch twist, 2-finger bubble, pinch twist. Now we want to do small marble size bubble and another soft single pinch twist, just like the other ones. Now we're going to match everything going back. We're going to do a 2-finger and a 1/2-finger bubble. We're going to do a soft bouncy ball pinch twist. Now here we're going to do a little bit smaller than the bouncy ball, and then we're going to wrap this one down around there, and we're going to make a matching bubble and bring it back up to that last single pinch twist. You should have that now. We're going to match this last one. Leave a little more air in there, or a little less air in there when you do it. 2 more pinch twists, gonna have enough. And then one last little bubble, just kind of like that one, help pull it together. And break this off. That's in there well. And that's your center section. If it bends up, use that as the bottom. See how this has kind of got a bend to it? We want the flat part as the top. And this part angles up. That actually is kind of what it'll look like. So now we're going to take this and we're going to attach the stock, the wooden part, to the end. Now for the stock, we're going to start with a single 260 brown or mocha, inflated most of the way. Tie the knot close to the end. Stretch it out. We want about 3-finger bubble here, and then 2 small squishy pinch twists. Then we want about a 4-finger bubble, and then 2 more pinch twists. Now, we're going to want to find the center of this, and we're going to need to leave a little bit for the end and a little bit to match that. So just kind of eyeball that. It's somewhere around in there. Twist it off. And we're going to take our receiver section, the center section we just made, and on the end with the 2 pinch twists, we're going to wrap that in to one of the pairs of pinch twists. Now we're going to make sure we got enough. Stretch it out. We're going to stretch this across and twist and deflate some of the balloon as we go, make a nice tight joint there. So now you should have stock. Now we're going to want to go a little bit further than the other one. We wrap that in up here where this one was. And we want to bring it down to the other set of pinch twists and wrap that in. Now we got the stock on there. I'm going to take the bottom one. Let's see, this is the bottom one, the longer one. And bend it, a little shock twist in there, and then give this a little bit of a curve, and then curve that one backwards. So you want a sharp bend here on the bottom, and then a curve where you're holding it. And that is the stock part. Now we're going to make this end piece that holds the tuning fork and that the barrel and the other thing attached to, and it'll give us that piece as well. For the end piece, we're going to need a second silver or gray 260, deflated a little over a foot. That's more than enough. Now for the barrel end, I'm going to start with a little pinch or a little bubble and turn it into a pinch twist. And we want a pair of pinch twists, super ball size. And another one. So you should have something like that. Now you want to go 2 fingers and another pair of pinch twists. Same super ball size. Now we're going to make a little bubble off to the side, like that. Then 2 small pinch twists, about the size of a marble, very small. 1 and 2. And then we're going to break this off. You want to save the end. Just take from the tail end, squeeze all the air out of it, and then tie it off. We don't need all of this, but might as well do it now while you're holding it. Now you should have a little flat ribbon. Save that. We're going to use that in a little minute. So now we've got the end. The barrel end should have a little pinch twist, 2 bigger pinch twists, and a 2-3 finger bubble, 2-2.5 finger bubble, 2 pinch twists, a small spacer bubble, and then 2 tiny pinch twists. We're going to need a single 260 black. I recommend trying to get it as straight as possible before you twist it in, because it makes it easier. Now, you want going to take the top part without the little kink in it, the one that should be straighter across, and we're going to wrap the 260 in as tight as we can. Wrap it around there a few times, get it nice and snug in there. And then I usually go about from my tips of my finger to my elbow, but you can make it longer. The longer you make it, the more it wobbles. So, you know, here to there, pull that off. Now take the front end. We've got the part with the 3 pinch twists and the part with the 2 big pinch twists and the little pinch twists. We want this to go in with the 2 big pinch twists. So wrap that right in there a few times. Make sure it's good and snug. Another little bubble and pinch and pop. So tie that off. We're going to save that with the microphone. Mr. Microphone. Put it right there. Now, adjust that so it's straight off of that and straight off of this. Now this little part with the 2 pinch twist should be on the bottom. And now we're going to attach the 160. Grab single 160. This is going to be both the bottom of the gun and the scope. So leave about 2, 3 fingers on there. Really depends on how long. If you make the barrel too long, it's a little harder to get the scope out of it. So now we're going to take this right up here where these 2 little pinch twists are and wrap that right in there. Wrap it around a couple times and then line pinch twist up so they make a little step. And we just pull this down until it's even with the center of this, because it's going to pull right into there. So we want to make sure we get it. Now we just wrap this into that bottom single pinch twist. Wrap it around a few times. Same thing, little bubble. Pop it. Save this, so tie off a little. Use that. We're going to use that in just a second as well. So now, those adjusted. If this happens to be a little longer than this, you can just carefully stretch one or the other until it, right? So now, can you use that one? So now on to the next step. We're going to add the gold scope mounts and the tuning fork. With that, we get our single gold 160. Deflate that most of the way. Trim this off right at the end. A little squeeze and stretch. Now for this, you're going to want about a hand's width from the bottom of your hand to the top of your finger. Bend it, squeeze the air out, and then let it go. And that's shock twist. That'll give you that little elbow there. Then about 3 fingers in from that, we're going to pinch that off. Take the front part where you've got the little bubble and the 2 bigger bubbles. You're going to feed that underneath and wrap it around a couple of times and then feed it out the other side. Don't have to worry about it exactly how, but now get it. So now we want to match that bend. So it doesn't matter which way you bend it, so that you can just make the shock twist and then twist it back this way. So now you got that. Come up, bring those up so they're about the same length. You want them almost identical. I like to take about a 3-finger bubble and then break that off. You're going to want this, so use another 3-finger bubble. It's kind of tricky. And let the air out of there. Tie that. A little air out of there. Tie that. Whoop. So we keep that piece. Trim this off. Just that. We got the tuning fork. Now we're going to come down here with the scrap of the gold, and we're going to go into these two single pinch twist joints on the top. Now on the real gun, the mount attaches here and then around the barrel down here. I tried that. It makes it super wobbly, like really wobbly. This way, not exactly screen accurate, but it makes it a lot more rigid so that there's more playability with it. So we're going to take this gold 160 and wrap it right into the top pinch twist right there. Now we want to make a small little grape marble sized bubble, and then we're going to wrap this back around, and that turns that into a pinch twist, and it helps angle this up. We want this kind of angled out to the side. Wrapping that around. Now we want to go out about 2 inches, 2 fingers, and then do 2 little bubbles, 2 little pinch twists. 1, 2. Make sure you wrap this around a few times. Now I'm going to make a little bubble and pop that. Make sure you hold on to that. Then you don't need anywhere near that much air. We only need about that much for the rest of this. So just let some air out, tie it off, push the air down to the end. Now we're going to tie this one into the middle. Again, let's take that, roll it right through, roll it right into there. Same thing as last time, make a little tiny soft grape bubble, and then roll the thing, the rest of the balloon down around that first silver pinch twist. And that turns that little bubble into a pinch twist. Now, got that coming out, I'm going to match this and make 2 little tiny pinch twists again. Wrap that around, and around, and around, and we're going to break this off and get rid of it. So now we've got the tuning fork, the barrel, the rod under the barrel, the receiver, the 2 mounts, and the stock. We're almost done. So I'm going to set that off there. I'm going to grab the remainder of the black 160. Now we're going to do something fancy. We're going to make this into a tulip twist. There's lots of videos on how to do tulip twists out there, but we're not going to make this into one. So basically you want to take the knot or the nozzle and push it carefully into the end of the balloon. And then grab it somewhere down here so that the knot is on this side of your pinch. And then pull your fingers out and twist the balloon behind the knots. There's the knot, and then we push the knot back into that little donut ring of balloon, and that is what's called a tulip twist. If you're a twister and you already know this, sorry for boring you. If you're not a twister, you didn't know that, and now you do. So that gives us the eyepiece. It could be either end for the scope. So we'll make a 2 3-finger balloon or bubble, and then wrap that right in here to the first mount. Then we're going to match spacing between those two for the second little bubble. Wrap that around. The second part of the mount. Now we get all this left over. We want to make one of these on this end. Now, if you're not good with tulip twist, you can break this off and do it and then reattach it, or here's what I like to do. You make the bubble that we're going to make the tulip twist out of. Go way up here, pinch this off, let the air out, and then tie it up here. You know, you're thinking, what? So now we got all that, and we're going to squish the air to the end. This is a little tricky. Might be easier just cut it off and make a new one, and then we're going to push that back in, and then we're going to do the same tulip twist trick. We're going to right behind the bubble, right behind the knot. And so we got the knot here, and then we're going to shove the knot in there, kind of roll the balloon and that excess down. Pull it right in there. Pull that right in there. Now we just have to straighten things out a little bit. I'm going to have to do a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of there. And we're almost done. We got the scope on there. We're going to take this part, the leftover from the end, take the best smooth part of it, just drape it around the middle. And we don't want this tight, but we want it snug, so a little stretch, tie a little knot there. Trim off the excess. There you go. That will keep everything together. On the real one, there is a little metal thing there, so that's accurate. Now, we've got one thing left to do. You could call this the done. You could be done here and just like, there you go. But I have one more thing that I like to add. On the real thing, there's some fancy little doodads on the side. Obviously, octagonal things are hard to do out of balloons, so we're not going to do octagonal. We're going to do one more chance to do the tulip twist, but this time much bigger. So, I'm going to take the remainder 260. We're going to push the knot into the bubble. I'm going to grab it out. Push this into the balloon. I want to grab the knot about 2 fingers back. I'm going to twist so that the knot is actually behind the twist. And we push that back up into the tulip part. Like that. So the knot is in here. And then we can break that off, and we have a little wheel like that. And then we make another one. So now we're going to take these 2 tulip twists, little car wheels, and we're going to tie them together with a little bit in between, just enough. You can trim those things off. Now I'm going to take the receiver right here in the back part. Pick whichever one's smaller, because there's always going to be a smaller one. Push it through, and then just line it up, and there you go. Pew, pew, pew. Might have to adjust the tuning fork. It might be a B instead of C. Tuning joke. And there we go. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that. Hope that made sense. If you have any questions or comments, put them down in the comments, and I usually pay attention to that stuff, so I'll get back to you. You can also check us out on Facebook, Twisty Dog Creations, Twisty Dog Balloons. Yeah, if you liked it, hit like. hit subscribe. I do these kind of things every so often. I'm going to be doing more. Got a Baby Yoda video, 2 Baby Yoda videos. Make sure to check those out. Mandalorian's coming out. It's only a few days now, season 2. So again, hope you like this. My name is Trip, Twisted Dog Creations, and I'm out of here.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
What do you think, Baby Yoda? Did we do all right?